Ever wished to ace the IELTS exam in just 9 days? And in this video, I will tell you what I would do if I only had 9 days to prepare for IELTS. Years of research and analysis have led me to uncover the most effective techniques for rapid IELTS improvement. But keep in mind that you need to have general knowledge of English because IELTS assesses English skills. Let's start. Firstly, let's go through what I would do if I only had 9 days to prepare for IELTS. Initially, I would pay attention to the format of the test. Then, to take the taste of IELTS exam, I would definitely take an official practice test. Keep in mind that you gotta use official practice exams by Cambridge University Press because they are the same people who create IELTS exam papers. But what happens when you do practice test that is not by Cambridge University Press? The test will be either more difficult or easier than the actual test. You do a practice test, but then there is something that many candidates forget doing, which prevents them from getting a high score, which is analyzing. But many people do it incorrectly. What they really need to do is to identify why they're making a mistake. Is it because of vocabulary or reading comprehension? Or is it because of losing focus? Or is it because they are struggling to approach the same type of question type? The biggest mistake I see many students making over and over again is focusing on just listening and reading skills. But you should also focus on other sections of the IELTS test. In that 9 day period, I see a lot of people doing this thing in IELTS listening, which is one of the key things to success in listening. That key is listening to different accents and speech speeds. You might hear an American or British or Australian accent in your IELTS listening test. Another mistake I see many students make over and over again is not mimicking the exam conditions as closely as possible. My advice to you is to make sure when you take the real IELTS exam, it's not the first time you do a full practice test. Listening, then reading, and then writing. In the last couple of days of preparing for the IELTS exam, there's also the biggest mistake that is harming a lot of students' score. And that is studying intensively in those last couple of days to prevent burnout. My genuine advice is to just relax, take rest, do activities that make you feel confident and happy. I also have to tell the dark reality. And this is, you might not improve your level of English in just 9 days, but if your level of English is high enough, 9 days is enough to familiarize yourself with the format and question types of the IELTS test. But let's imagine your English skills except reading are all great, but you always struggle with your reading. What should you do? I would advise you to read magazines or newspapers. You might be thinking why. Firstly, it will increase your reading speed. It helps you build vocabulary you really need for IELTS. It can also give you ideas which are pretty important in your speaking and writing. In the writing section of the IELTS, the biggest mistakes that are harming students' score is memorizing templates. By the way, don't just look at the score. Instead, always analyze. A lot of students in IELTS speaking get a little weird or nervous. And to prevent that, I've got a great solution. What you need to do is doing a mock speaking test. Next, get a good night's sleep to ensure you're well rested for the exam day. Following this day by day strategy will help you efficiently cover all sections of the IELTS exam and maximize your chances of success within the 9-day time frame. A lot of students get a low score in IELTS reading because of their reading speed, and there are ways to increase it, which I explain it in the video that you can see somewhere on the screen.